Hello, my name's Sophia Nicholson. I come from a town called Hitchin near London in England, and I've been a Waldorf teacher for many years. I taught for 10 years in a school near where I live, and as a class teacher for 8 years, and then I did a couple of years part-time. And I've been with Lotus and Ivy for the last year and a half. I'm looking forward to my third year beginning in September, and I will be teaching classes 7, 8, and 9, which is the same as what I've taught this year. In class 7, we'll start off with the Renaissance main lesson, looking at how the laws of perspective revolutionized the understanding of the world, brought to bear on many art and architecture works created by great geniuses, Michelangelo, Leonardo, Raphael, and we'll also attempt to reproduce our own Renaissance masterpiece using the grid, which is a technique used by many artists of the time. There will also, for the first time, be a main lesson dedicated to perspective drawing, so the students get a really good opportunity to try and apply these laws themselves in their own art, using very specific and precise drawing techniques to create a cityscape eventually. We will also have the creative writing Wish, Wonder and Surprise main lesson block in class 7. This is the first time that the students will have done their own creative writing. What they will have done in previous years, in younger classes, will be essentially retelling stories that they've learnt in the main lesson, but this time it will really be coming from them. We'll use poems and stories as inspiration for their work, but really they have to find the ideas for themselves, channeled through these 3 different moods of wish, wonder, and surprise. And then moving on to geography, we'll have a block which combines both African and European geography. And in both main lessons, the approach will be to look at the polarities within these continents of north and south, of warm and cold, of mountainous and flatter regions, coastal areas, and inland areas, mirroring the kind of polarities, the kind of extremes, the oscillations between different emotional states that the child is feeling as they enter adolescence. So we will look at the great rivers of the Nile, Niger, and Congo in Africa. We'll look at the Danube, the Rhine, and the Volga in Europe. And we'll also look at mountain ranges, the Kalahari Desert and Bushmen in Africa, and much more. And then moving on to class 8, I'll start off with the Romeo and Juliet main lesson, and this is one that I studied as a teenager and really helped me to love Shakespeare. And it really has themes which will speak to the 13 to 14-year-old, as this is exactly Juliet's age at the time of the play. And so there are again these extremes of emotions, love and hate, the different priorities of age and youth, the polarities of tragedy and comedy, which really will speak to the 8th graders' search for balance and helping them orient themselves between these different emotions. And then we will also have a main lesson on the short story, again developing the creative writing block of class 7. So class 8 students will have a chance to write their own short story and read and discuss ones that are published by great short story writers, and also to write a critical essay, learning the skills and techniques which will help develop the logical and clarity of thinking that's needed at this time. And in class 9, I'll be teaching 2 literature main lessons, again appealing to the adolescent search for balance between opposing forces. and inner meaning. So we'll start with the tragedy and comedy main lesson block, beginning with the origins of drama in Greek religious rituals, the three great ancient Greek tragedians, Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides. We'll look at the theatre design of that time, the chorus as a commentary on the action. Then we'll move on to Roman comedy and its formulaic stock characters, and then a big leap towards medieval drama and its connection with the church year, and then Shakespeare and the renaissance of drama in his time and his theatre, and looking at his tragedies, comedies, and history plays. We will also move forward to looking beyond his time into how changing theatre design affected the sorts of plays that were written. We'll look at extracts from plays by Ibsen, Chekhov, and Strindberg, and then moving closer to our own time, we'll look at The Stage and the Screen and a play by Thornton Wilder. And then we'll have a main lesson on the novel, and we'll look at precursors to the novel, the epic, dramatic, and lyric modes of writing, and how these influence Moby Dick, looking at different extracts from early published novels. And then we'll study Moby Dick in depth and look at the many, many themes which will resonate with the ninth grader, the man and nature, pagan and Christian, good and evil, and many others which will really speak to these opposing forces within their soul. So I can't wait to begin a new year with Lotus and Ivy and welcome many new students, as well as meeting ones that I have already taught before.